refuse to lose, and we will fight to unite regardless.
Understand this is the right time. We're in the right place. We're fighting the right battle. We're looking for people who want to be the warriors on the right team. Are you willing to join us?
You've been blessed with an opportunity, but the opportunity itself is not going to be what blesses you. What blesses you is how you grind, how you work with this opportunity, how you sweat with this opportunity, how you sacrifice with this opportunity.
And we dream.
Are you willing to go out and fight for your family? Are you willing to fight for your freedom, to fight for your independence?
And we struggle.
I did not quit. And every day I thank God I didn't give up.
And we fight.
I, in 2014, am choosing. I am fighting to unite.
And we overcome.
To be part of such a team like this right here, and a team like this right here, this is a dream come true. But let me be crystal clear, this is only the beginning.
Everything you need to get where you need to be is inside of you. Stop whining and tap into your greatness.
We need for you to make a difference. America needs it. Your family needs it. You need it.
1, 2, 3, 9.
Hey guys, Andy Albright looking at you with 2020 vision. So what is 2020 vision? That's when you see yourself in the future how you want your life to be. It's making a difference for people. It's having fun. It's making some good money to take care of your family. This is for that guy that wants to run like his hair's on fire. This is a man that wants to change his life, and I mean he wants to change it now. It is on with 2020 vision. Go make it happen for you. Let's go. Get it. Grab it.
Hey folks, welcome to another Instant Replay. Today we're talking about quality. See, here at NAA, quality is more important than quantity. Just because you're doing something more doesn't mean you're doing it right. So let's take a look at this guy. I'll give you an example.
Oh my God. Oh, man. Oh my God. Oh man, what the God? Come on, you're. Oh my God! Oh God!
I've heard stubborn people can be hard-headed, but this guy takes it literally. Well, the man doesn't have a brain up there, so he's got to use his head for something. Now, there is never giving up, and then there is failing to recognize that you suck. I'm glad to see the future of America is in good hands. Hey, these guys are going to be old enough to vote soon, right? Now, see, if you just do it right the first time, learn how to do it right the first time, you're not going to be banging your head doing the same thing over and over. See, quantity does not equal quality. Check out Andy Albright's course on placement and figure out why quality is so important to your business.
be a burden on my family. I know my kids don't feel like I let them down, but I know I did. The scary part was I couldn't quit. So for me, it was a prison. I knew that I shouldn't be doing this. It's just a failure that I had in my life that I had to get rid of, you know. The future, it definitely is definitely brighter. I'm only 43. I got a lot of time to make a lot of difference in people's lives. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, that's probably a good way to look at it. It's gonna be okay.
Listen, man, this is amazing. This is my first time I have ever gone on an Alliance trip, I guess you could say. I am local here in Vegas, but they still put us up at the Paris Hotel, which is an amazing hotel. For those of you who have not been here, you got to experience it. And I got to admit, guys, this is the first time I have ever held a gun in my entire life was today. They took us to this place called The Range. Unreal. How crazy this is. The adrenaline starts pumping. You're nervous at first, kind of like when you first meet, like Andy Albright, right? So you first meet him, you're real nervous, and then, but you just go for it. You just got to pull the trigger, and the adrenaline starts flowing. You settle down a little bit, and it feels amazing. I'm telling you guys, the association here, the experiences that we're having, getting to know everyone, this is amazing. You guys have got to figure this out. You got to get here, man. Just get around the association. Just get here.
I'll take the sun and watch it surround you. All of the rain will fall around.
We are in Cabo San Lucas and at a beautiful, beautiful resort once again. And the types of things we're learning is phenomenal. We hung out this morning with Mark Vickers. We're learning how to speak better. We're learning how to communicate better. We're learning how to better serve our agents at conventions, which is, it's amazing the amount of money that we're putting into that. And then on top of that, we're hanging out with Jeff Bright. Jeff is teaching us how to work together as a team on a much deeper level than just, hey, we're a team, you know, we're part of this team. We're actually hanging out and being a better team. And what does that mean to serve all of NAA, not just us?
It's amazing because the people that are here want to be here, number one, and number two, they were invited to be here, which means that we saw something in them, the leadership core that says we need to have these people here with us, learning, taking the next step with us because they earned the right to be here.
And guys, I can't tell you what it's gonna feel like when you get that email and you're like, woo! I got invited to come join the leadership crew, guys. You'll be running around the house going, I'm one of those people that get to help make a difference in this company.
And today I want to leave you with one quote, and I'm going to quote the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King.
This is Jay Daugherty with another tip from NAA University. As your agents are learning the ropes, give them a strategic advantage with the new Product Pocket Guide from NAA University. This mobile tool gives them instant highlights for every product we sell. It's always right, and it's never wrong, and it fits right in your pocket. Hey folks, welcome to another Instant Replay. Today we're talking about quality. See, here at NAA, quality is more important than quantity. Just because you're doing something more doesn't mean you're doing it right. So let's take a look at this guy. I'll give you an example.
Oh! Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Oh man, what the God! Come on, you're. Oh my God! Oh God!
I've heard stubborn people can be hard-headed, but this guy takes it literally. Well, the man doesn't have a brain up there, so he's got to use his head for something.
God.
Now, there is never giving up, and then there is failing to recognize that you suck. I'm glad to see the future of America is in good hands. Hey, these guys are going to be old enough to vote soon, right? Now, see, if you just do it right the first time, learn how to do it right the first time, you're not going to be banging your head doing the same thing over and over. See, quantity does not equal quality. Check out Andy Albright's course on placement and figure out why quality is so important to your business.
Hey guys, Andy Albright hanging out on the world's largest cruise ship. And you know what? It's got everything you could dream of. Swimming pool, people, music, having a blast. You know the only thing that would make this better? Shopping in Central Park. So many shops, so many boutiques, you could get lost. But you know the only thing that would make it better? High class, high energy, professional shows every night. Best seats in the house. The only thing that would make this better? The aroma of high-class dining, incredible service, and on top of that, all you can eat. But you know what would really make this better? Sharing it with your best friends in the world, all expense paid, it's all here. You know what would make this better? You. Join us again. Join the Alliance for another once-in-a-lifetime, all expense paid trip.
Hi there. Didn't see you. Greetings and welcome aboard the Oasis of the Seas, the Alliance sailboat of the future. Anyways, my name is Matt Taflin. I'm going to be doing something no one has ever done on the shore of Cuba, which is that island right over there, in case you were wondering. I will be walking the entire public distance of the ship, from one end to the other that you are legally allowed to walk while aboard this ship. It has never been done before off the coast of Cuba by Matt Taflin. You will be experiencing that today on your guided tour. Join with me as we go from this distance right here, farthest reach, right here, yeah, there it is, all the way to the other side of the boat. Let's go, it's gonna be awesome. Let me tell you, there's a high wind advisory warning out here that you should be very aware of when you open doors. because it could get very windy and blow your hat off or your shirt off or your pants off, depending on what kind of pants you're wearing. Hold on, Star Trek style. Beam me up, Scott. Actually, that's teleportation. There we go. It says watch your step, but then you look down and then you're like, oh. Now here's one of the problems that we run into all the time is one level won't go all the way across the boat, so you've got to figure out what room you're on. Current stateroom, so we've got to be on 15, we're on 14, we've got to go up. Most of you would not need to run this. However, I'm gonna run some of it. All right, that was enough. That was enough running. Well, I think we got to go out and then across this to get here. That you can sit and see. It's very helpful. Let's continue. This is pretty cool. So this is a good view. They should call this the view because this is always a good view. Pretty cool. Against the wooden shelf that's right here that you see in the middle next to F. This is the farthest, most endest, backest lean part of the boat. Well, unless you were down there, then it would be a little bit farther. But you get the idea, you get the idea. That's one end to the other. It was like 23.5 minutes. So not bad at all. If you'd like more information about the boat, there's like a website somewhere that you can probably look up. Otherwise, I pretty much just showed you everything.
Saw a huge humpback whale 100 feet off our bow. We were in this little rubber Zodiac boat, and it just did the full breach Pacific Life, that boom, and when it landed, we could feel the waves. We went, oh my God, was it awesome? That was crazy. And all of a sudden, off the bow, they said, hey, there's a whole pot of dogs.
been back in the USSA, baby. I've been all over the place lately. I'm gonna get ready to show you where I've been. I think. Is this it? I bet that is. That is it right here. Check it this. I have been where Minerve Profil is going to be going. You understand what I'm talking about right here? This is the Greek Isle cruise. This is the people that have already won this trip. Minerve Profil has 150,000. You only need 100,000 in the next 7 months. You have to get there. She got 150,000 in 5. You got 7 to get 100. You got to mathematically follow that. You go like, well, she can do it in 5. I ought to be able to do it in 7. Right, that's what I'm talking about. Bill Lampy with 150,000. Fitz, 150,000. Michelle Allman, 133. Tim Wacko, 130. Dane Levine. So this contest that we're talking about, called the Greek Isles Cruise Contest, is where I was last week, 7 days also in Venice. I'll talk to you a little bit about that. I'm so happy to be back in the USA. My name is Andy Albright. I'm with the Alliance. I'm a proud partner, proud friend, proud leader of the Alliance, and I'm thrilled to be coming to you today. I've never, ever seen this company on fire like it is right now, with the right kind of people, with the right carriers, our own carrier. The most fabulous trip that we've ever taken is coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to the Caribbean, taking 500 people with us. We got a trip contest running right now for the Greek Isles. The machine, baby. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It is on. It's crazy, Pam. The cool thing about it is the awesome people that have stuck with us and went through the craziness and the happiness and the excitement and the craziness and the carriers. And now all of a sudden, those are the people that are with us now when we're the best suited to blow this thing up to $1 billion. So congratulations to y'all for being here. We do this show. We've been doing this show for 13 years, every single Wednesday. The first thing I want to talk to you about is this Greek cruise. Okay? Now, I just got back. I am so fired up about it. So, I'm not sure. I see, you're going to get your license. Is it Troy? Scott, you're going to get your license by Friday. And MK, you got your license. You just got started. And what's my lady on the name? Joyce. Are you licensed yet? Friday? Okay, so now you understand you can win this cruise. This is not difficult. You just got to want to do it. And I'm going to try to help you want to do it a little bit. All right, so first of all, let me think how I can do this. Well, the math, I'm going to say this again later, but if the why is big enough, you can bear the how. So the how, I'm going to tell you how. But there's 168 hours in a week. A lot of people end up working about 10 hours out of 168. If you want to win this cruise, if the why is big enough, the how is not going to be a problem. I'm going to try to work with you on the why a little bit more than the how, because the how is not that complicated. We've got leads, we got carriers, we got policies, we got clients all over the country that are wanting what we got. We just got to get, hey look, we got to get you to want to get on the phone. We got to get you willing to go out to the houses. That's it. I hear people say, well, I made some calls this week and I couldn't book any appointments. How many did you make? 17 phone calls. I'm like, bro, look here. There's 168 hours in a week. You spent 32 minutes trying to make phone calls. We don't need to work on the how with you. We need to work on the want to with you. Okay? So, all right, so let me try a little bit. We'll see how it goes if I can do any want to with you. This is the cruise ship that we're going on. It's the Norwegian Jade. It is unbelievable. Check it. In the back is Santorini. You see the island kind of popping up here, one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. We're going to go to Olympia. This is me and Haley. This is where the first I win the race. I'm just going to tell you. This is the starting blocks right here for the first Olympics ever held in the world, in the universe. This is it. This is off on Olympia. This right here is on the island of Santorini at a wine manufacturing, producing outfit. It's unbelievable, right? This view is not even close. You can't imagine how beautiful it is. and me to get the chance to go with my daughter. And Jane, Jane was taking care of Spencer, and Haley was negotiating to go, and we've trained her to be a good negotiator. We went Jeep riding up through this place called Corfu. I've got the history of every one of these islands. You want to hear about Santorini? You want to hear about Olympia? They call it Catacolone, but I call it Olympia because Olympia is has a lot to do with where I think we went. Corfu. This is a tour that we went to Corfu. Let's see. I don't know. Well, let's do this. This is back at this is the same winery. Check that out. And I'm telling you, I was calling people. I was like, "Come here. Come here." You said, well, where they were, they could see out. But if you could just look, if you could see that cliff right there, it's so crazy pretty. We were just like, holy cow. And we tried trying to take pictures. You can't take a picture of it. You take your camera out there. That's not it. That's not it. You can't grasp it. So we just sat out there. And Haley's getting just do a little bit. Look at this. This is one way. That's over the other way. It's just nuts. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all get to do this. So y'all going like, who's that? I go, that's the captain. So we're sitting right here, and these guys come over here. I said, come here. Let's get a picture with the captain. He said, the captain's right down there. I said, I ain't got time to get him. You stand right here, and we'll tell everybody you the captain. You got a promotion. So the captain was sitting out there, Captain Hilford or something. He's sitting down right there, and these guys are over there going like, these people are crazy. So check at that view, and we're just like, get a picture. Look at this. I don't even know if you blow it up. You can't. Look at island. It's like 500 islands back there, and you go like, I think there's an island in the background. And by the way, this is not my cell phone photographer. This is best photographers in the world. This is AMP Studios taking pictures. You cannot grasp that spot right there where we are. You can't. That's where we took the Jeeps. We took these Jeeps, and we're going up the side of this cliffs, little bitty cobblestone roads, and we end up right here, and they stop, and we pull over. And I'm telling you, you don't pull over here. Like, you pull up in the woods, in the bushes, and it's just, and everybody, like when the next car is coming around, it's like a one-way little path. You just go up the mountain. Haley's going, pay attention, Daddy. And I'm like, man, I'm just spinning around, you know. It is nuts, man. This is where, I'm trying to remember where this one was. I think this is Corfu. These sites that we see, it's just, look at these houses. There's 100 islands back here. It's just, guys, it's nuts. This is us, Chris, Katie. This is this Mykonos? This might be Venice. Where else we got here? We did the four-wheelers. This four-wheeler, Haley is sure we're going to die. I am having to push this little motorcycle thing up the hill. This is in Mykonos. If you ever pick up, maybe some of y'all do People magazine or stuff, but the places I've seen this is in the checkout line. If I'm in a grocery store and they got all these magazines up, when you go to these places, once you go, you'll look back at these magazines and go, I've been there. I was watching, as I'm watching movies, I'm always like, I've been standing right there. And it's fun when you have your kids say, I've been standing right there. Can we run the video? Is that possible? Can we do that? Will that play here or will it play on their screen? Okay, we'll play it back there and let everybody see it. Can you put them on screen? Thank you. You got to be here. You've got to see this. It's too beautiful. You can't catch it in a picture. You can film it, you can picture it, but you can't get how beautiful it is, baby doll. Like, this is another once in a lifetime trip. God, the dream coming true. Guys, you gotta be here. You gotta bring people. I can't describe it. I cannot describe it with words. How many people can you get to see this? I want you here. Bring it on. Okay. I couldn't wait to get back to get our coffee, though. I'm going to tell you what. Woo. Okay. All right. You got to imagine getting there, and then I'm going to tell you about in a minute how to get there, like the steps. But the main thing is if you can breathe it in. I told Haley 50 times. I was like, Haley, just grab some of this air and breathe it in. So when you get home and some stupid person or some stupid event tries to pull you down and keep you from winning in life, so that when it happens, you just go, forget them. I learned that over there. In Italy, a man said, you just do them like that. I said, I got it. That's what you got to do when people try to stop you from hitting your dream. But I tell you, how about this? If you could just smell it, can y'all just smell of it? Can you just get it in your mind? If you can imagine winning, you just smell it. If you smell that air and that feeling of hanging out with your family, with Alex Fitzgerald and Heather Fitzgerald, and hanging out with Mike and Noel Leventovich, Adam and Beth Katz, just hanging out with those kind of people, and the Carries, hanging out with Jane Albright and just punching her and going, Jane, have you seen this before? And Jane's like, I saw it 10 years ago, but it's more beautiful than I've ever seen in my life, and I'm seeing it for the first time. And then you just both sit there and go like, just drink it in. Okay. All right, so that's one thing I want to talk to you about is getting the idea about this Greek cruise. You've got to win it. In 2 weeks, we're going on the Caribbean cruise. We're going to Nassau. We're going to St. Thomas. We're going to have a blast. The ship is 10,000 people on it, and we're going to have a taste. But this is a different trip that you can win. Every single one of you can win. Next thing I want to mention is July 18th, 19th, 20th, we're having a leadership convention here in Burlington at the national headquarters. I'm personally inviting you to be here. The more people that you bring, the more successful you're going to be. Your odds of winning with us, let's say your odds are a 22 or a 23 now. What number is that? I don't know what number that is, but here's what happens. You come to this leadership, you go to 100%. You say, you guarantee I can succeed? I can guarantee you're going to succeed if you don't quit after you come to our convention. What if I don't come and I got a 23 and I don't quit? You still got a 23 if you don't come. What is that? I'm thinking it ain't 100. This is not complicated stuff. Figure out a way. Put the date down, 18th, 19th, 20th of July, and start thinking, how do I get there? Why do I get there? Talk to your leaders, talk to your managers, talk to me if you need to. You're personally invited. It's very important. That's the extent of what I'm going to say about our leadership convention. We're going to have presidents of insurance companies, vice presidents, the underwriters, the people that issue the policies or don't are going to be here. Our leaders that are making $80,000 a month are going to be here. Our brand new leaders that are making $10,000 a month that are merging into the leadership are going to be here. Come hang out with them, okay? All right, enough said on that. Actually, I could talk the rest of the time on that. It wouldn't be enough. We have the most incredible products that exist anywhere. Time and time again, I hear this. People come to us and they're going, oh my God, your people, the carriers you have, Mutual Omaha, Foresters, CFG, they return phone calls. They listen to us. They have riders, benefits, things that nobody else has, and they issue products. I go, I know. We've been working on this for 13 years like you have no idea trying to build this. And we have Gina Hawks. Can you come up, Gina Hawks, please? And we have Gina, who, listen to this, she knows the products. She got letters behind her name and stuff. Gina is the best trainer I have seen in 13 years on insurance products and on showing the benefits of National Agents Alliance. And she's all over the country meeting folks, finding leaders. Would you just a little bit about your background, your credentials.
Okay.
And then what I really want to hear about is where you've been and where you see excitement throughout the country and where you're going.
Okay.
Okay?
Just very brief on my background. Spent 13 and a half years working for an insurance company in their marketing department, sales, training, that sort of thing. And that was pretty much my career before coming to National Agents Alliance. Met Andy 12 years ago when I was working for that insurance company, and Mike and Noel and Russ and several other people. Where I've been, wow. Usually I have to look at my calendar to remember where I've been. I've been in Virginia Beach. I've been in Wilmington. I was in Wilmington a couple weeks ago. That's a place that's brimming with excitement. Yeah, Virginia Beach, kind of newer, and that was also a great meeting. I've been there. I was out on the West Coast. I was in Seattle, Portland, and Sacramento a couple weeks ago. Next week, I'm going to be in Cape Girardeau. I'm not even sure how you say it, but it's somewhere in Missouri. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in El Paso, and I'm going to be in Albuquerque. So those are 3 newer meetings, hotspots, the weekly hotspots that you attend to get training, and I'm going all over the country to those. So those are the 3 that I'll be hitting next week.
Okay, so how does that affect you? Here's what I'd do if I were you. I would run advertisements. I would rack my brain. I would go through my phone, and I would, if you've got addresses in your phone, if you have people on any kind of social media that are friends of yours, go and find people. Take her map of where she's going, and then the people you know, and try to get them to go to those meetings. Now, you call them up, and you get them started like there's no meeting there, like the meeting don't exist. Get them started. Tell them about what we do over the phone. Get them in class, and then say, by the way, coincidentally, this lady named Gina Hawks is going to be there. Since we got you in this program in the last 24 to 48 hours, on Tuesday night, she's going to be doing the meeting. Don't send them to the meeting for the first time ever. You say, well, Andy said don't. I can't. Yes, you can, but I prefer you to get them started, then send them to the meeting, and let her seal the deal. Because she knows her stuff. She blows people's mind. Alex Fitzgerald says she's amazing. So you take advantage. Look at this. It's called NAAHotspots.com. Go on that website and then search for Gina Hawks. See where she's going to be. You say, well, should I also do the same thing where Alex Fitzgerald's going to be? Mm-hmm. What about where Bill Lampy's going to be? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about if Pam Moore's going to be there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You say, well, all the meetings y'all got going on, I'm going to be working a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to be busy, bro. You're going to be busy. I've been busy. And that's how you're going to win all these all-expense-paid trips all around the world. And you're going to have all this money to pay for cars and give to your charities, give to your church, give to your university, all kinds of stuff. Now, if this is the sort of thing, stuff you like, then hang on. The more of the show is going to be same like this. If you're not interested in you blowing up your income and your lifestyle and your friends all over the United States, this is not going to be for you. Now, so there's the people that this ain't for you. You need to hang up. You don't need to be listening to this. And then there's the people that are for you. And you say, I'm going to do this. I'm for this. I believe in it. Okay, so now what we got to do is we separate you. Okay? Now, we want all of you to be for it. But some people, they don't want nothing. They don't want to have money because they don't want tax consequences. They don't want to have more friends because they run out of cell phone space or something. I don't know what their problem. They don't have friends. And then there are people that want it. What the rest of the show is going to be about is people that this way want to do it. And this way in the middle, we need you to move up here. Does that make sense? People don't like lukewarm. We don't like you being stagnant. Stagnant water. Chewy. It's stinky. Buggies grow on it. We need you moving. Is this making sense? You're not going to quit. There's 1% quit. The ones in here, which is a lot of people, we need to get you moving up here. Okay?
All right.
All right.
I'm fired up.
Would you high five them people? Could you just show them what it's going to look like? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. She's going to be out there high fiving. Get them to her meeting. Thank you, Gina Hawks. Love you, buddy. You're so awesome. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, we have contests. These are tricky poos. to get you from the middle of the pack to be moving up. It's a way to get your mind going, okay? Like one of my tricks in the morning to get my stuff going is I set an alarm. Because if I didn't set that alarm, right there, okay. So this is an alarm. We're running contests or tricks to get you to start moving, okay? Because there's this big goal up here of incredible trips and money and wealth and travel and friendships and relationships and charities that you'll enjoy giving money to, and they'll be, it's awesome, okay? But we got to do these little things to get you started. Okay, so one of them is Alliance Life USA. Now let me think about how I'm going to get to that right there. What? Okay, right here. This is it. Okay. So, I know what I want to show you. All right, so Robert Wilson's winning. Eric Lardy's number 2. David Mays is number 3. Denise Murphy, Mike Kelly, Chadwick, Karen, Alba, Danny, my man Danny, Kenny, Adam, and Mecca, and Richard. Okay, but here's what I want to show you. I don't know. I'm going to remind y'all how this works, and I don't know if Russell, if you've seen how this works. But the way, when you write one policy with National Agents Alliance, okay, if you write one policy, you get a commission one time. You might get this tiny, tiny trail for your renewal, okay? But with Alliance Life, if you learn how this works, you get a renewal for life, and it's a big renewal. So let me see if I can quickly walk you through this one scenario, okay? If you're on 80%, so if you've worked your way up, let me slide this over right here. If you've worked your way up to all-conference producer and you're 80% producer, if you write $10,000 of premium, which is usually like 10 cases, normally you would get $8,000. Get it? 80% of 10,000. The next year, 80%, you make 8,000. So for 10 years, you would make 8,000 or 80,000. But with Alliance Life, the first policy you write, you only get $80. Is that right? No, yeah, $80 with one. But if it's 10,000, you get 800. So the first year you get 800. So I'd rather have 8,000. I agree. I'd rather have 8,000. But hang with me. See, a lot of people are so short term. I showed you the leaders that understand longer term. Let me show you what they're going to get. By the 10th year, instead of getting 8,000 in that 10th year, so the red is normal, the gray is with Alliance Life, and the green is with the bonuses. It's called the PAR, or producer bonus, okay? So with the greenest bonus, so the 10th year, they're going to get the same $8,000, but with a bonus, they're going to get $11,854. Now, if you were done with it, don't write any more. With Alliance Life, the next year, you're still going to make $11,000. The next year, you're still going to make $11,000. The next year, you're going to make almost $11,000, whereas you made 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0 with traditional. So after you've stopped, it keeps coming in. The bonuses stop here, but it matches back up with the normal ALUSA, so you continue on and on and on and on as long as these policies are on the books. Mathematically, it's crazy the difference. These people understand it. Okay, so let me show you a little bit more. Here's another way to look at it. After 10 years, you've accumulated $80,000. After 11 years with Alliance Life, you've accumulated $71,000. But after 12, $83,000. After 20 years, you're at $150,000. After 39 years, $278,000 instead of $80,000. Okay? All right, so I just want to start getting people to understand. If you'll just pop one or two, not a lot, just one or two. Don't put everything in there because you need your upfront money. Okay, so that's the first little contest I want to talk to you about. The next contest that I want to talk to you about is Phoenix Life. Phoenix Life. I think this is it. Yeah, Phoenix Life contest. So let me see if that'll pop up. So Scott Thompson is killing it. Ron Osias, Jeremy Patton, Eric McGriff, Brian Martinez. These are people that are standouts on a contest. All right, let me see if I can pull up 2020. I think this might be it. Yep, here we go. 2020. This is another contest. So what you do is, you're part of the Alliance, start looking at the leaderboards, the contests, the things that we're promoting, like Alliance Life, Phoenix, 2020. What's 2020? That's where you sell $20,000 a month, recruit 20 people in a month, direct to you. So who's winning that? Dane Levine, Jeremy Patton, Ben Smallage, James Hill, Chadwick Ray, Kyle Cater, Eric Belair, Michelle Alma, Matt Goodrich. These are the people that I see they are starting to stand out. Alex Abian, Mark Hutchinson, Doug Watson, Marcus Richardson, Kevin Woolley, Mike Paleo, Jeff Wilhelm, Bill Cook. These people are starting to stand out. So these contests are starting to run. So if you're brand new with us, start looking at the website and start figuring out who's making a difference, who's making a move. All right, so I wanted to talk about those two contests. Now, I promised 3 things to tell people, show people how to get brand new people kick-started. How do you get people going? Okay, so that's what I want to get into now. I want to get into real, new contest. How about that? How about if I bring out a new contest to show, and by the way, all the inner circle is already on this. All the big guys there already know what's going on, so it's not going to be any surprise to them. We're going to come out with a contest that helps you move up the levels faster, and we're going to give you an incentive to jump out there and get promoted faster on the producer side and the builder side. Okay, so here's the way it works. Right now, when you hire an agent, you get 1,000 points. Y'all have heard of that, right? So over here on this side, you get paid for premium and recruits. So if you write 10,000 in production and have 10 people that you recruit, and when I say you recruit, I hope everybody, when I say you recruit, that means what you do is you hire a person, that gets you 1,000 points, that's 1,000 points, and when you sell insurance, that gets you points. You add those points together, and that's how you get promoted up. The new bonus for the months of June, July, and August is you get 1,000 points if you help your new agent hire another agent within 30 days. You tracking on this, Anthony? So before, you got 1,000 points to get one, and then if he got somebody, he got 1,000 points. In this case, he gets 1,000 and you get 1,000. You tracking on this? So all the management has agreed to let people get promotions based on driving one more deep. Now, here's where it gets fun. What if you hire a guy today, what's today, June 4th? June 4th, in the next 30 days, what if you do this number right here? Well, let's see here. Billy, I'm not getting any traction. I need to click select. I'm good? All right, what if you help 3 people? You're going to get 1,000 points for the first one, 2,500 for the second one, and 5,000 for the third. You got to do it fast, though. It's the need for speed right here. You contract a person. So here's I'm going to give you advice. Here's the way you do this. What you do is this. I don't know if our staff has realized what's going to happen, because they said they said that this is harder than you think. I said it's easier than think. What you do is, when you're getting ready to hire somebody tomorrow, hire this person, Anthony. He gets in class. Let me give you a tip. Put 7 more in class the same day. You with me? Because when this guy comes out of class 30 days from now, this one's going to come out on day 31, this one's on 32, and this one's on day 33. Bam yow, 9,500 points because you got a person contracted and put 3 more people contracted within 30 days. You understand the concept? It's the need for speed. So Russ, he just got contracted. The 20 other people that you put underneath him in the last 30 days, you with me? Should be coming out of class. If you've got, is it Scott, Troy, Scott? Okay, Scott, if you've been putting people in class and you're coming out on Friday, hopefully they're going to come out on Monday. What would be crazy talk is if you said, well, one of my downline already got a license. Woohoo! Well, you already got 1,000 points. You with me on this? This is a way to move up the ranks faster. Now, we've got some people, James, that are out there on a 75 or a 70, and they're writing $10,000 in production. They want to get promoted up. Let me give them some advice. What you should do, if you're that person, what you should do is you should hire a person and then immediately put 7, 8, 9 people in class underneath them. Start working their list as fast as possible so that 30 days from now, when the first one comes out of class, 1, 2, 3 more come out of class, 9,500 points. In addition to the $10,000 or $15,000 they're selling, they're going to get promoted. This is bad to the bone. All right, let me tell you one more way, in case that wasn't enough. You hire this agent. This agent gets 3 applications issued in the first 30 days. You get another 1,000 points. So you can get up to, for this 1,000 points, plus 9,500, so you can get up to 10,500 in a 30-day window by helping a person get 3 issue paid in the first 30 days. And see, that's going to be the key. And everybody's going to be saying, like, well, it was issued in 30, but it didn't get issued until the 31st. Not in the first 30 days. Got to be in 30-day window. So you say, well, what I should do is I really should have all the applications lined up with, like, if he's in class and then he's got 2 or 3 that's right. You should get, what you need to start doing, you'll see how this is working, Pam. We're going to get people thinking about tomorrow, today. Hello? Thinking about tomorrow, today. What it's going to be like. So we go ahead and put the people in class. So this is another June, July, and August. Can you remember this? This is a hot summer promotion. All right, so this is get it going right now. All right. All right, so that was another big deal that I had to get covered. I'm glad I got that out. All right. What else we got? Oh, okay. Now we're rolling. I have 30 minutes to cover a bunch of stuff. There we go. All right. You working with me here, Billy? All right, here's what I want to talk to you about. I got just a few minutes to cover this. How to overcome little problems in somebody's life or big problems in somebody's life in the next 90 days. Let me give you the first little trick here. It's not just them, it's you. How to get over that little problem, how to get over that big problem in the next 90 days. I'm going to show you how to get it. You can get over it like this. If you really just suck this in, get over it like that. All right, so here's what I got to tell you. This is good news and bad news. It is what it is. Underachievers are missing out, and I mean they're missing out on the world. I talk to people all the time that don't even have a passport. They've never been to Mykonos. They've never been to Venice, never been to Australia, never been to Switzerland, never been to New York, never been to Vegas, never been to Southern California, never been to the Keys, never been to Atlantis. What? I say to people, what? You've never been to Atlantis? And they go, I've been down to Myrtle Beach. I go, are you trying to make that sound French? Because it's not. That's South Kakalaki. which I'm a big fan of South Carolina. It's real close to North Carolina, but it's not the same thing as the beaches of Mykonos. It's not the same thing as swimming with dolphins. It's not the same thing. People are missing out because they're missing out on this right here. They're missing out on number 3. They're missing out on number 9. They're missing out on number 10 or number 11 or 6. I promise you, you can go to an underachiever and you will see they are missing out. And I already know they're missing out. All right, so I'm going to show you the one-step way to fix it. And then I'm going to show you the 12 steps. Now, the trick is I don't know if I'm going to get through all 12. I might get through 6. I promise 3. I promise 3. I might get through 6 and get through the rest next week. We'll see. I might buzz right through them. But I'm going to show you the one step, just the overall solution. Here's the overall solution. Here's what you do. You decide where you are now, what you want. In your mind, decide where you want, and then you find other people that want the same thing, and you get your heart and your mind working on what you want. You got to get their heart and their mind working on what they want. And if you get enough other people accomplishing what they want, you're going to get what you want. Done. See? Got it? It's that simple. So that's all you got to do. So you just take that and run with it. If you got it, you can switch it off. You got it, okay? You got to decide what you want. You got to get your head. You got to get your heart working together on what you want, and you got to find other people. By the way, they got to want the same thing. Because if they want something stupid, like some people, they just want to be absolute worthless piece of crap. I talked to a guy one day, and he wrote a couple books, and I said, I might get him to talk to everybody. I said, what's your dream in life? He says, sit on my back porch and pour me a glass of liquor and sit there and drink it on the rocking chair. I said, well, I can see where that would be a lot of fun. And he has this real cool boots. I tell you who he is. I keep talking about you. You don't know who he is. So some of you know who he is. That's his goal. And I said to him, I said, you ever thought about your university? He said, I didn't go to school. So he's written some books, and he speaks, and he's got a way to make some money, but he has no desire to help anybody else. It's all about how much he can net and pile up in his bank account, and he can sit in his porch and not have to worry. And I said, we won't be giving you $25,000 to come speak to our group of people. Because that's not what we want. Because, see, I give a ton of money to charities. We're going to be giving away. We're going away in a couple months. I'm going to take my kids and my wife. We're going to Africa. And we're going to all these tribes. First of all, now we're going to see Victoria Falls. And we're going to do incredible stuff. But we're going to give away hundreds of goats. We're going to give away money and finances and expertise on how to build wells. We're going to make a difference. That's our plan. And my kids are going to see it. They've never seen a third world. I want my kids to see stuff like that. Oh, by the way, I want to travel first class while we're saying that. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's a different kind of thought process. As a matter of fact, the preacher we're going with, he said, are you sure they want to go first class? I said, tell him, yes, we are sure. Right? Okay, because we want to come back. Because I think if we ever want to come back, we better make it happy time. We don't have a miserable time we're going there helping people out. We're going to make it a happy time. And then we're going to help them out. We're going to come back. We're going to do it again. We're going to make more. See, that's a different concept. That would not be this person if that's all they want. Now, I want to have a family. I want to be around Jane Albright, my wife, and I want to be around our grandkids. Some people don't care nothing about family. They don't care nothing about relationships. Now, the people that I love and respect say that relationships are everything. And they say that when you die or when you're close to death, the things you're going to reflect back on is the friendships and the relationships and the people that you've made a difference with in your life, not the people you stomped down, not the people you've hurt, and not how much money's in your bank account. It's going to be how much you loved, how much you shared, and talk about your friends. And I've seen it with my parents. I've seen it with my daddy, and I've seen it with friends. That's what, and when I get serious, that's what I think about is my buddies. So this is what you're looking for. Okay, now, the steps to make this happen. And I've already covered it right here. But I'm going to tell you one other way that I'm just going to tell you, what you can do is jump right in. Like, what if there was already people in Alliance that's heart and head wanted what you want? Then all you got to do is take you and put you right over here in the middle of them, right over here in the middle of them. Get your rear end back up there. There you go. Get you right in the middle of these type people, and you'll move up when they move up. Just sheer peer pressure. Because they start doing things that they have to do, and then you're going to say, like, well, I'm going to make phone calls too. Like we send out, in our base shop, we send out this email letting people know how many appointments we book. And when you see Pam, we better get Pam Moore. Come up here, Pam. When you see Pam Moore, booking 19 or 20 appointments, you want to do it. How about Cuz? Cuz, come up here a minute. Russ, Cuz. So when you see Cuz up here, and Cuz, he's got 9 or 10, he's going like, I got to get 17 like Pam. And then we start getting more and more people. Mike and Noel Leventovich, y'all come up here. Mike and Noel, come up here. And Mike and Noel start winning trips, and you start, see, you get in the middle of these people right here, and you feel like you got to do what they doing. You with me? Paul Menachino, come in here, buddy. Paul Menachino, he's moving up. He's winning all his trips. See, you get right up in the middle of these people like this right here, and you don't want to be a slack off. You don't want to be a jerk. You don't want to be at home. You want to be behind that steering wheel looking over them knuckles and have a dream. See, it's who you hang around. You see how this works? I've done one for you. Check this one right here. This one right here. You got to get up in the middle of Matt Goodrich, Dane Levine, Dane and Ruthie, Doug Watson, Mike Paleo, Ben and Natasha Smallage. Who are these people? Go look at the leaderboards. Go look at 2020, and you're going to see Michelle Alleman. You're going to see Mark Hutchinson. Who is that? It's the new guy coming on with Stephen Davies' group, and you're going to want to be right in the middle of that. You start getting around these people. You get around Eric Lardy. Why they got them red, white, and blue? Look at the ALUSA. He's on there. David Mays, Jeremy Patton. I just got off the phone with Jeremy. And Amy, you want to be able, so when you're on this cruise the next couple weeks, if you got on that cruise and you snuck on, you're in a bottom half or something, you're on it, I'm glad you're on it. You want to be at the top half, you want to be at the top quarter next time, start thinking about getting around James Hill and Eric Belair and Marcus Richardson, Chadwick Ray, these guys, Kevin Woolley, Alex Abian. Get around these people and it'll start pushing you up. It's association. So what you got to do is you got to find these people, and then you got to get in the middle of these people. People that have a mindset and the heart set for what we want. Okay? All right, y'all grab a seat real quick. I want to talk to y'all, but I want everybody to see you. Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. Number one, decide what you want. Okay? Decide what you want. And a big desire. Mike and Noel, I got to get y'all come back up here. I can't not let y'all talk. You guys are down here. I want y'all up here. Decide what you want. Listen to this. How about this one? He who has a why can bear the how. See, I understand that you only have 7 months to do 100,000 points. But if you want to do it bad enough, it's not going to be a challenge. You can do it in 3 months. You've got 7. Now, when it gets down to 3 months left, it's not going to be but about one person that starts in August or September. But there's going to be one person that starts in August or September, and they're going to win the trip. Yeah, that's right. You mean you're starting now and you ain't going to win, and somebody's going to start in August? Mm-hmm. Because they want it more. Number one, you got to decide what you want. You got to get a big desire. You got to be thinking about, if I'm going to go on that cruise, I don't care about sleep. I don't care when people are trying to pull me down. It's how you get that big and how you get that why. Number two, you got to believe you can get it. So number one, by the way, y'all got to go through this. White sheet of paper and write down why you want it. Write it down. You got to get that desire. Number two, you got to, listen to this. How do you eat an elephant? One step at a time. So what you got to do is to believe it, get where you can believe it. What you got to start thinking is, what is the littlest thing I can do, the smallest thing you can do that can propel you toward your goal? Like, if you say, well, I'm getting my license, I'm gonna have my license, my goal is to get it in 2 weeks. Your goal could be, I'm gonna get it as fast as possible, but 2 weeks. And I'm not gonna sleep, I'm not gonna eat, I'm not gonna go to the bathroom. Some of those things are not gonna work. I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna have to back off of some of those desires. But you could say, I'm not gonna be on Facebook a little bit. I'm not gonna be on Twitter a little bit. I'm not gonna be on Instagram a little bit. I'm not gonna look, what's that one, Post It? What's the one where you're going to post all this stuff? People buy stuff off of it. All these social media things that waste your time. How about television? Now, I'm going to tell you what. There was a couple of years ago, about 20 years ago, maybe when I was a kid. Okay, but television, if you just told me I was going to have to skip television and do anything, I said, wait, what? I'm not skipping television. But you got to decide what you're willing to give up to get that desire big enough. And then you start thinking, what's the little things that I can do? What is the tiny goals that make me believe that I can do it? Now watch this. A lot of people, what can you do? Maxwell says this. A lot of people overestimate what they can do in 90 days, but they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. So, if you don't want to win the Greek cruise, you might want to figure out what we're going to do in 2016. So you say, well, I don't even want to try to win this one because I know I can't. But by next year, I'm going to win whatever cruise you do. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I think you can win the first one, but you need to start deciding what you want. I want Mike and Noel. First of all, tell them who you are, Noel and Mike, and then talk about when you started getting this desire and started believing that you can do it. Kind of when did that happen?
We are Mike and Noel Leventovich. We were hired by Alex Abian, and we're from Louisville, Kentucky. Woo! And when did we start getting this desire? Oh, man.
We had a desire to do something big before we found the Alliance.
Yeah.
I mean, when we found the Alliance, we were looking to do something big. When we saw the Alliance, we saw that's how we can do it. And I think, Andy, that was the biggest thing, is that we finally believed when we saw the Alliance. That was the biggest thing.
And that was the thing, is we had the desire before, like, we had the burn.
Come here.
We just didn't,
Come here.
we weren't
Come
sure
right
how
here.
to do it
Come
until
right
this
here.
point.
Stand right here.
So.
Right here. Y'all see how this line? See how this lines up? That them. That the people you got to find that has the heart and the head. They got the children, got the desire for the family, want to be buddies, want to be friends. Talk about the last time we went to the Greek Isles.
Oh my gosh. And when you were talking before about the beauty of it, it's like you can't, you just can't imagine it. So how do you tell somebody about it? But I just remember sitting on, we were in Mykonos the last time too, and sitting out on the harbor there with, you know, Fitz and Heather and Adam and Beth, and we were just having a lunch out there, and just, it's just an amazing, amazing experience. But to bring people with us this time, that's what we're really fired up about. That's very exciting for us.
Who's some people that are coming on for y'all, Mike?
Gosh, I mean, one of the new people, Tracy Alvarado, was hired by Junior Korea.
Okay.
Now, Junior's 20 years old, okay?
Okay.
And he qualified to go on the cruise with us. He's taking his mom here in a week. Well, he hired Tracy. She got her license, finished her class in 3 days in November, wrote her first apps in January. And she is tracking. She's number 7 on the elite ladies list this year. And I think she'll have the Greek cruise locked up probably by July, or I think by July.
Yeah, one more thing for Tracy on this promotion guidelines. She's hit every promotion along the way. Every month, every 2 months, she's hit her promotion.
Every 2 months, promotion. Every 2 months, promotion. Every 2 months, promotion.
She just got promoted to her 70-point contract here in May.
Woohoo!
So, fired up.
And she's put about 7 people in class in the last 5 weeks. And so she's just now starting to build and recruit and watching a couple of people come out of class. So we're fired up for her.
All right, who else?
Fired up for, let's see, Ryan and Sheree Woolley. He's got a job making good money, part-time. He's written business every week, I think 16 weeks in a row. And he's issued in the month of May, over 12,000 part-time by going out in the field 1 day a week. Every week.
What kind of job does he have? A 40-hour, 50-hour, 60-hour?
He works a good 50, 55 hours a week, from what I understand.
And then
his
outside
job.
of his job, knocks out 12,000 issue pay.
And they've got, like, I'm trying to remember now. I'm going to mess it up. I think it's 5 kids, and they're looking at a little baby in a NICU as a foster care baby right now, in case they didn't have enough to do.
Are they hiring people?
And they're hiring people. They've got a new agent starting in El Paso. Going to be there to see Gina next week.
High five him.
That's right. You high five. We got, gosh, in terms of other up-and-comers. We got fun people. We got people just getting started having fun. In terms of people tracking for the cruiser that are on the cusp or are already almost qualified, we got Kevin and Nancy Woolley. We got Joe and Tina Dukes. I wish I could see the leaderboard. I'm forgetting names. Let's see.
I wish I had a graph of their business, how it's just steady. Didn't y'all just hit the highest volume, highest apps? What did you hit?
We had the most number of agents submitting their first applications. I think we've been averaging like 3 a week here for the last quarter.
Uh-huh.
So we've got definitely the 2020 vision has like taken root within our organization, and it's manifest. We've been talking about it since December, but it took off here in the last, say, 3 months, and so now we've got a lot of duplication. People.
What do you think about? What do you think of this new promotion opportunity?
We're fired up.
We're fired up.
Yeah, it's like I was talking to Chris about. I think I might have had some of my footprint in it, but I like it.
You had a lot to do with it. Mike had a lot to do with it. So if you like that promotion, Mike and Noah have a lot to do with it.
So I'm excited. I can see somebody like just if somebody's going to get it, and they're going to be like, okay.
So you help a guy get started, go ahead and put 10 or 12 in class. By the time he comes out, have 3 people coming out. It's 9,500 points. You're going to get promoted like this every 2 months, and you're going to go right to the top of our guidelines. And it works like this. Here's the thing. Go crazy, Russ, getting up to Master Premium, President Circle, Vice Presidents, National Manager. Let's just do National Manager, 100% contract. So let's say we get you to 100% just by following these production guidelines. Real simple. By the way, we are whosoever doeth business. Don't matter who your mom and daddy is. Don't matter your college degree. It's what you do, and it's your points based on what you put in. But let's say you hire Paul Menachino. Come here, Paul. So what's your production? What's your group's production last month?
Last month we were right at about $70,000.
Okay, $70,000. And what are you recognized at? Are you a key leader, or agency manager, district manager?
All district producer.
You are an all district producer. So he's at 85. So mathematically, if you're at 100% and he's at 85, you're making 15%. 15% on $70,000. So that's 10% would be $7,000 a month. Another $3,500, $10,500 a month that you're making off of this business because of the other people that he's hired. Now, what's your whole hierarchy do?
Right at 70.
No, I mean, how many people? How many people were writing business last month?
12 people last
month. So 12 people, and you make $10,000 a month. So if you've hired this guy, come here, Pam. Pam Moore. Pam, what did your hierarchy do last month?
24,500.
So 24,500. So you go over there and see where she ranks on it. Where are you on it? Are you an all-district producer?
I'm an all-conference producer and a team builder.
So she's an all-conference producer, so she's at 80%. So you're making 20% off of 20,000. That's $4,000. So now you're at 14,000 a month because you started 2. You understand how this is working? And now if you've got, see how this is working? And you do Russ. Cuz, come up here real quick. What did you do, Cuz, last month? What's your organization do?
Right at 80,000.
So he's at 80,000. So let's just go ahead and put him at the same level right here. That's another 10,000. That gets you at 24,000 a month. Now you can still go out there and knock out $20,000 of production. If you're a 100% contract, that gives you another 20,000. So 20,000 on top of the 24 for these three. Andy, but how many do you have to hire to get these three? I don't know. Maybe 103, maybe 4. Maybe you could hire 4. One of them don't do so good, and these 3 do really good. Or you could hire 10, and these 3 do really good. My deal is, I'm trying to hit a home run. I'm not worried about how many I foul off. I'm not how many times I get to bat in the major leagues. I know I got a shot to go to bat. And that means I can call up people and see if they're interested in making money. And when I found out that calling people up was free, and this old guy with about 3 teeth in South Carolina told me one day, he said, Andy, you call them up and talk to them because they can't eat you. I was like, I never even thought about them eating me. He's like, just call them up and ask them because they can't eat you. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, well, if you look at it like that, I'm going to call everybody. What does that mean? He always wore these white socks, and his pants would be up there, and the guy that hired me, he's like, who hired him? I'd say, I don't know who hired that fool. But he knows that people can't eat you if you call them up. And he'd be like, what? I said, never mind. Forget the whole thing. You got this concept. Number one. All right, y'all give these guys a hand. Thank you very much. I get people to understand how this thing works. Number one, decide what you want. Number 2, believe you can do it. Let's move on to number 3. I'm going to do 3 and 4 since I got them on here. We ain't going to get to 12. Number 3, write this down. The first time I heard this, man was talking in Greensboro Coliseum, 20-some thousand people. He said, a man named Habakkuk Tutu. That's what I heard him say. I heard him say, Habakkuk Tutu. We're going to do what Habakkuk Tutu says. We're going to write it down. And I was like, I wonder who this Chinese man is named Habakkuk Tutu. And I kept listening to him speak. And I said, he must have it on higher authority. And eventually, I figured out what he meant by this. What he meant in a real strong authority book called the Bible, okay? In the Bible, there is a book inside of that book, and it looks like this. Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2. So it was Habakkuk, a book in the Bible, chapter 2, verses 2. And I was like, whoo! Because I didn't know who that guy he was talking to when he said Habakkuk 2:2. In the Bible, what it said was that if you have a vision and you want to accomplish something, you write it down. So have you written down what you want? Now, when you write something down, it captivates you. It catches you emotionally, intelligently, and physically. Because you are physically writing it down, you have to think to write it down. You get fired up because you see it. It's visual, it's audio, and it's kinesthetic. And they call this psychoneuromotor something. It's crazy. People say, like, I don't know all about that. Me neither. But here's what I do know. You need to write down what you're going to do. So if you say, I have won the Greek cruise. Let's put it down. Just put that down. I am going to be an agency manager by the end of the year. You can go ahead and put down, I am an agency manager. If you put it down, it creates all of these emotions. I'm not kidding you. That day when I wrote it down, I got so fired up because here's what I wrote down. I am going to live the life of my dreams. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to have friends in every city. I'm going to go to ball games. I'm going to sit on front row. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to have a big farm. I'm going to have kids. I'm going to have a beautiful wife. This is the way it's going to be. I started writing all this down in the book. I still got all of this stuff down in the book. And then over time, it didn't happen in 30 days. Okay? It didn't happen right then. But it started happening over time because I wrote it down. Okay? Establish a starting point. Where are you? Who are you hanging around? Who are you associating with? What is your weight right now? How much money do you have? What's the car look like? What do you got to do? What's your schedule look like? This is where it starts, guys. Where are you right now? I knew where I was. When I saw it, I was making $42,000 a year. The people I knew were broke. My family didn't want to make me do anything. They wanted me to work less. I needed to find people. There's 8 more things. There's boom, boom, boom. I can't cover them. You can't see them right now, okay? You can't. We're going to do it next week, okay? Or you can get this book right here called Goals by Brian Tracy. How to get everything you want faster than you ever thought possible. And you can start reading it, and you can get ahead of me. But I'm going to do it again next Wednesday. I'm going to get into those other 8 steps. First thing you do, the first thing you do, remember these names right here, guys. These people are going places. These are people high on the 2020 list. These are people that are winning the small contests, the tricks to get us going. Guys, I love y'all. I've got a call. If you're a key leader or above, I would like to invite you on a conference call. Check with your manager. Start texting if you haven't got the email and find out and get on that conference call. It's going to talk serious to y'all for just a couple minutes. Key leaders and above, get on that call. Love you. Hammer down. Make it happen this week. It's blowing up. The Alliance. Woo.
Hey guys, Andy Albright